Hey everybody, it's Marci from the Homestead. But today we're coming at you from my mom's house here in the city closest to our homestead, and we're doing a little Mother's Day special. I'm going to show you around her house. She is an amazing gardener, flower gardening, and we're going to take a little tour of her property here. Hello everybody, as promised, here we are at my mom's beautiful house, and we're going to take a quick tour of her flower gardens. So here she is, my mom. Hello, this is Nancy, or Mom, as I know her. And although she has a wonderfully green thumb, she didn't really pass that along genetically to her children. So all our lives she gave us plants, we killed them. But she held out hope and gave us more plants, which we killed. And now we're trying, as you know, out at the homestead, we're trying to be gardeners. So this is kind of our starting spot. Is our mom has done gardening and planting and flowers our whole life. And what a great way to celebrate Mother's Day than to take you around her awesome garden. So that's what we're gonna do.
Remember, we're early in the season.
Right.
Lots of things aren't even in yet.
So we'll do this one here today, and maybe we'll have an update as we get further into the season, and you can see how her garden moves from season to season. It's really neat because she has stuff going all of the time because she has seasonal plants through all of the seasons, and we'll talk about that as we walk through. We're gonna start out in the front yard because she's got stuff growing like all around this whole place. So we're gonna start here. So Mom, why don't you tell us what we are seeing here now and what you're gonna have later?
So we moved here 30 years ago with this planter box with nothing in it. And I've spent all that time trying to come up with something that's perennial, will come back. And I finally, only in the last 3 years, have come up with blue salvia and daisies. And I'm going to add to that gaillardia for color.
Okay.
And then I don't have to mess with it. And prior to that, these little things that you see cut off, those are miniature daffodils. And they were gorgeous this year.
They've already come and gone.
Yes.
Okay,
They've
so
all
that's
been
what I was
cut
talking
back.
about. She's got stuff
So
all season long.
We alternate days. So this guy is probably going to get to sit right in here.
And he's
And
going to
he'll-
work his stuff around in the pattern, isn't he?
And the same thing is going to be out here.
And
It's
that's
either
going to add a little
blue
color.
salvia or daisies all the way, and I'll add these in the bare spots.
Okay.
So we have iris, and they're all but one are done.
So this was
And-
earlier in the season.
In front of the iris, there are some mums.
Okay.
You can see them here,
Yep, sure enough.
and this is a bush that hasn't done well yet, but it's still working on
It's
it.
not gone yet.
No. And then this I plant every year, begonias, and I just put them in last night. And they apparently don't care that it's cold, so.
Oh yeah, by the way, you can't tell necessarily, but it's really all of a sudden super cold here in
But I'll
Oklahoma.
put some more mulch on that, and they will all come together and fill it completely.
And that will go through the whole summer, right? Okay.
But unfortunately, they're not perennial, so it has to be done every year.
But it's a small area.
I know, and it's
And then you've
it's
got some
pretty.
Nandina
Yes.
bushes?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. And of course,
And
here's
then
the
these
goose.
bushes here on this end
Sorry,
are not
hang-
doing
I'll
well.
have to close it.
There's
This is
Mama
her-
Goose.
This is her Mother Goose.
She's
This
gardening.
thing has all sorts of costume changes. So today she's a gardener. But you never know. Tomorrow she might be a fireman.
She might.
So now we've migrated to the backyard, and she's got stuff going on around this entire perimeter and whatnot of this backyard. So we're going to start on this edge and work our way around.
Unfortunately, most of the iris are done. There's
But they were
purple,
spectacular.
there's light lavender, there's pink, and there's yellow besides the white ones. But clear back there, peek at that red. That was a big surprise. It's a peony that I planted last year. I had no idea what color it is. Look how red it is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
And next door to it are 2 Easter lilies that are about 6 inches tall now, which I wasn't really sure would come up.
Oh, yep, there they are. They're
There they
teeny tiny
are.
back there. Oh, that's great.
And then across here we have blue salvia, about 3 times, I think. Because there's the big one, there's one there, this is one, and I think this is one also.
Yeah.
And they will have a bunch of marigolds and gold colored flowers in between. There's some more of those daisies that were out in front.
Right. She
And
fills in with some pretty decorative things as well.
I moved all of these from the front. I can't remember why, but anyway, they got moved back here. And they do really well
Oh, they're beautiful.
because they really are shade plants and they do get a little more sun than they want. But
They
hung in there.
persevere.
Yeah. And then there's the ivy bed that I spend most of my time trying to keep it from going any further.
From encroaching any
Right.
further upon the lawn.
Yeah, and Marci mentioned all the metal things that are in the flower bed. Those are there because when the iris are done, they stay put. But this gives you something to look at.
A little more-
And
something-
then
a
that's
little
why we
something
have
decorative.
plants in pots on the back.
Right, back over here.
And I really can't tell you for sure what they are because it's been a year and I've forgotten.
All right, well, let's come around back here. They have a neat, almost urban wilderness looking space behind their house, which is pretty cool. I mean, the road's right there, but look at what that urban wilderness kind of
And
looks to it.
yesterday there was a mom and dad goose and 5 babies back there.
And I understand you have beavers back here.
Yeah, we
and
have beavers.
So it's really kind of a neat backdrop in the middle of the city, really.
Yep.
Yeah. So what have you got over here?
So that's a weed. I'm just trying to
don't
keep
want
it out of the bed. But back here we have the shamrock plants, the purple ones and the green ones. They just keep coming back every year.
Yeah, they're happy.
Then I'll set a pot or 2 back there on those rocks.
Okay.
But that's not done yet.
Not yet.
And then this are lily of the valley.
And those will bloom yet?
Well, if they feel like it, some of them will bloom.
Okay, but it's not like they're past season yet.
No,
Okay.
they haven't come
They're
to it.
possibly going to come. Got some more iris, I see.
And these iris are all white, and they have all these daylilies mixed into them.
Ah.
Because daylilies will travel under cement, through a tree, it doesn't matter, they will get there. And so I just leave them. And
And they
when the
bloom
iris are done,
different
they get
times.
to take over.
And then the dailies. Okay, nice. I
Yeah.
like that. Layers and different seasonal stuff.
Something's coming up. I wish I knew what it was. So then we have, oh heavens. I just told your father the name of it a minute ago.
Oh, that's okay.
Asparagus
come back to it.
fern.
Asparagus fern.
These plants will come back, but every now and then you lose them.
They're pretty.
So I need 3 or 4 more to
to
go
kind
in
of
here.
fill in the gaps.
And then
here.
I'll put some red and pink and stuff amongst them that it has
Some
to be
annuals.
Has to be annuals. I can't
Okay.
come up with anything that will stay.
Okay.
Most of this backyard is decorated by knockout rose bushes. These 3 over here, I think there's actually 4 of them over here, are all knockouts. Most of the ones back here are, except if you look at that pink one right behind the,
the
yellow
tall
one,
one.
never gives up. Every year it grows way higher so it can bloom.
And how do these bloom the whole summer?
Yeah,
Okay. So when did they start blooming? Recently?
yeah. They've probably been blooming for a couple of weeks.
I wish you could smell because they smell really good.
And then there's more of them down here, and I see there's a big weed coming right out of the top of that one that I had managed not to get.
So that'll need some pruning. And then
And
what's
then-
here in this looks like the daylilies?
This is more of the daylilies.
Okay.
And
Some
that's
roses that are
a
growing
rose
in
who
the middle?
decided to come up all on his own.
So this will eventually bloom with all the daylilies.
They'll
right?
they're all orange because they're the old originals.
That's cool.
But there will be a lot of them. I pull half
Beautiful.
of them out every year.
And you still have a jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down here on the end is a new garden I started last year that's a mess around here right now because some plant that I have yet to figure out was growing in there, and I just dug it out, had huge white bulbs on the bottom. Didn't want it, don't know what it was. This is a blue salvia, supposed to be, that's just all it's going to be. And then there'll be a climbing rose in that pot.
In that pot that goes up.
And I haven't figured out,
Yeah,
but I'm going
more
to try to get rid of the daylilies behind it.
There.
They're hard to get rid of.
There.
These are guys that lived in the greenhouse over the winter.
The asparagus fern.
This is a blue, this is my favorite. I wish it could stay outside all the time, but it's purple grass. And it cannot live in the winter here.
So it has to go
So
into the
we stick it
greenhouse
in there,
it stays
and
in a pot.
I leave, some of this will come out. I leave it for now. Once the purple stuff has more, then I'll take that dead stuff out.
Dead stuff out.
But the asparagus ferns also seem to thrive in the
They like the
greenhouse.
So we've got a couple
And
of
down
those.
on the end is a big old geranium. It does much better in the greenhouse than it does out here. And on the fence is a climbing clematis, I think. I used to have it over there. I brought it out here. It's 10 times better out here.
Oh yeah, it's
But this year I noticed that it is trying its best to be back there also, and has 2 flowers.
okay. Well, it's gonna make an effort. It's gonna make an effort, I guess.
It is.
And then, okay, so this, folks, you got to see this.
Oh.
You got to see this because this is the greatest thing ever. Hold on. Okay, this is something my mom has recently started, and I love it probably more than I should.
This is gnome land,
This is gnome land.
and I
Gnome
just buy things and put it in there. But my family has started. My husband gave me the gnome bird bath for my birthday this year. And my California child sent the cat that's up in the tree eating gnomes.
That would be this one right
Yes.
here,
Also known as Scotty Cat.
eating the gnomes. So-
And for Mother's Day,
so
there's
bad.
another big orange cat playing with the gnomes.
Oh gosh. So, as you can see, there's a lot going on back here. And one of the things I really love is she's got all these little benches and seats and just little places that you can go and kind of sit.
Yeah, there's a lot
Just
of
be
different places
still.
to sit.
And look around and enjoy how beautiful it is and changing with the seasons.
And we still have the children's playground. Even
Yes,
all the
even
children
though
are too
the
big.
children and the grandchildren now are too big. Maybe the great grandchildren.
Maybe.
So that's the tour. That's the tour, and this keeps her super busy.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you imagine all the weeding?
It's the
weeding?
weeds. There's
Yes. Oh my
always
gosh.
weeds.
Weeding, and then there's like annual planting that has to be done. A lot of this doesn't need planting from
No, but there's
season
probably
to season, but there's enough, right?
4 or 5 different flowers and plants that have to come in yet.
Yep. So this is really a beautiful flower garden oasis. We don't have anything like this out at the Rock and Sea Homestead, and we won't anytime soon because this takes so much love and care, and you know we're not ready for that
This
yet.
started out with a 12-inch wide flower bed across that fence.
Yeah, when you moved in.
When we
Yeah,
moved
there
in.
was nothing
No.
was back here when they moved in.
Not even
So
that tree.
This exactly. This was all created literally from the ground up
Right.
by this lady right here. She's just done a fantastic job. So
Thank you.
there you go. And this is a happy Mother's Day
Oh, thank
moment too, because this is going to go out on Mother's Day.
Oh yeah. Yay.
I know.
That's
Perfect,
good.
right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'd love to hear your comments below. So if you leave some comments, we'd love that. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, we'd really appreciate it if you would. It's going to be right down here in this corner. Just click that subscribe button, and also click the notification bell so that you know when we've uploaded a new video. And if you haven't found us on Facebook or Instagram yet, we would love to have you come and check out that page and like us there as well. You'll see more regular updates from us there and little hints and teasers for upcoming videos. So check those links below, and we appreciate your support. If you like the content that you saw here, we encourage you to share this with your friends and tell other people about us. So from my mom, Nancy, and myself, we wish you a great day, a happy Mother's Day, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.